What if I told you that your entire life has been scripted, that your thoughts, your desires, even your identity, none of it is truly yours? You wake up believing you're free. Free to make choices, free to live on your own terms. But what if that freedom is just part of the illusion? A mirage designed to keep you compliant. Imagine a prisoner who has spent his entire life in a cell but believes the walls are the edge of the universe. He doesn't try to escape, because he doesn't know he's trapped. That's you. That's all of us. Conditioned since birth, programmed to chase dreams that were never ours, to obey rules we never questioned. If that thought makes you uneasy, good. It means something inside you is resisting. It means you're starting to wake up. Now, let's begin. Since birth, you have been handed a script, a carefully crafted blueprint for how your life should unfold. Go to school, get good grades, find a stable job, obey the rules, chase money, chase status, buy a house, retire, die. You follow this path, believing it's your choice. But was it? Did you ever stop to question it? Or did you just accept it because everyone else did? The truth is, your choices were made for you long before you even knew you had any. Think about it. Did you choose your beliefs, or were they planted in your mind by parents, teachers, and the media? Did you decide what success looks like, or did corporations and advertisements tell you? Even your desires, your dreams, the things you crave, how much of it is truly yours? Over 2,000 years ago, Plato described this exact illusion in the allegory of the cave. Imagine prisoners born inside a dark cave, chained so they can only see a wall in front of them. Behind them burns a fire, casting shadows on the wall, shadows of objects they cannot see. To them, these shadows are reality. They don't even know the outside world exists. Now, what happens if one prisoner breaks free? He steps outside the cave for the first time, blinded by the sun, overwhelmed by the vastness of reality. At first, he resists. It's too much. Too unfamiliar. But slowly, he sees the truth. The world he knew was a lie. And if he returns to the cave to tell the others, they won't believe him. They will call him crazy. They will fight to protect their illusion. That is the world you live in. A mental cage so perfectly designed that you don't even recognize the bars. The system doesn't need chains to keep you trapped, it only needs to convince you that you are already free. But if you're feeling something stir inside you right now, if a part of you is questioning everything you thought you knew, then maybe, just maybe, you're ready to wake up. But here's the twist, even when you think you've made it, when you've climbed the ladder and chased what society calls success, you're still trapped. We call it the illusion of success. You have been told a story about success. A story that says happiness comes from money, fame, and validation. That if you work hard enough, climb high enough, and achieve more than others, you will finally feel fulfilled. But is that true? Look at the people who made it. The celebrities who have everything, yet drown in addiction. The billionaires with endless wealth yet search for meaning in meditation retreats and spiritual gurus. The influencers with millions of followers, yet still chase the next post, the next trend, the next wave of attention. If success is the answer, why are they still searching? Why do they still feel empty? Because success was never the goal. It was just another layer of the illusion, another trick to keep you running, to keep you believing that happiness is always one step away. The system works because you believe the finish line exists. You believe that if you push just a little harder, sacrifice a little more, you will finally arrive. But the truth is, there is no finish line. The goalpost will always move. Society keeps you on a hamster wheel, dangling a new definition of success just out of reach. First, it's good grades. Then a degree. Then a job. Then a house. Then a promotion. Then more money. More status. More approval. The cycle never ends because it was never meant to. The game was designed for you to chase, not to win. And the moment you stop running, the illusion starts to crack. You realize that success, as you were taught, is not real success. It is a script, one that was written for you before you even had the chance to question it. The real game isn't about winning inside the system. It's about escaping it entirely. Success isn't about money or status. It's about freedom. The freedom to define your own life. To choose what matters. To walk away from the illusions that keep you trapped. And once you see through it, there is no going back. But here's where it gets even darker. As you chase this illusion of success, you're also trapped in a false sense of choice. You think you are in control. You think your decisions are yours, your thoughts original, your desires natural. But are they? Look around. Notice how predictable people are. How fashion trends rise and fall at the exact same time. How billions of people suddenly chase the same dreams, believe in the same ideas, and fear the same things. Is that a coincidence? Or is it design? Your choices are not yours. They are engineered. Social media algorithms decide what you see. Corporations decide what you want. Governments decide what you fear. You scroll through a feed that was built to shape your mind. You watch movies that push the same narratives. You buy products because an ad made you feel incomplete without them. And you never question it, because the system doesn't just control what you consume, it controls what you think is normal. That's the trick. You are not making choices. You are being guided toward them. Your preferences, your opinions, even your identity, how much of it is truly yours? How much of it was given to you before you even had a chance to decide? This is why people rarely break free. They don't see the cage. They don't see the invisible hands pulling the strings. But if you are feeling resistance right now, if a part of you is questioning whether you have ever truly thought for yourself, good. That means something inside you is still awake. And the only way out? Start questioning everything. And this is where it all collapses. While you think you're making choices and controlling your time, the truth is, you're not. You tell yourself, one day, I'll do what I want. One day, I'll break free. One day, I'll start truly living. But that one day never comes. It sits on the horizon, always just out of reach. And here's the brutal truth, you don't have time. Every second you spend waiting is a second you never get back. The system wants you to believe that time is abundant, that you can start later, that opportunities will always be there, that tomorrow is guaranteed. But later is an illusion. Later is how people wake up at 40, at 50, at 60, wondering where their life went. Later is how dreams die, not with a bang, but with a whisper, slowly suffocated by routine and excuses. You think you have time, but the clock is always moving. The days blend together. Weeks turn into months. And then, it's gone. People say, life is short, but that's not true. Life is long, if you live it. If you take control. If you stop waiting. If you stop letting the system lull you into a trance of comfort and procrastination. Because all you have is now. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Now. And if you don't act, if you don't make a change, you will wake up one day and realize that your one day never came because you never chose it. You've been conditioned to wait. Later, you tell yourself. Later I'll change. Later I'll start living. But you don't have that luxury. The clock is ticking, and time doesn't wait for you. It's time to break free. So how do you escape? You don't need to disappear into the mountains. You don't need to delete everything and live off the grid. The real escape happens in your mind. You have to wake up to see the strings that have been pulling you, the invisible walls that have kept you contained. And then, you cut them. You stop living on autopilot. You start questioning everything. Why do you want what you want? Is it really your desire, or was it planted in you? Who benefits from your choices? Because if it's not you, then you're still a pawn in someone else's game. The next step. Detach from the system. Stop chasing status. Stop chasing approval. Stop chasing the illusion of success they sold you. The moment you stop playing their game, you become unpredictable. And when you become unpredictable, you become powerful. Because the system only works when you follow the script. Rip up the script, create your own reality. Stop waiting. Stop consuming every distraction they feed you. Start building your thoughts, your skills, your own version of success. Not the one they programmed into you. The one that actually matters. Because the greatest trick the system ever pulled was convincing you it didn't exist. But now, you see it. Now, you know the truth. So the real question is, what will you do?